Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Frantic Nerdcast, episode number 67. I am AJ.
I'm Brock.
And I'm Zach.
And we are back for another week of frantic nonsense. How are we?
There is no other way to put it, is
It's
there?
pretty much all it is. I'm surprised people actually listen to us.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. But thank you very much for listening, and please keep coming back.
And also, thanks to those that are watching the content on the Instagrams and
Yes.
the TikToks and everywhere else
All
in between.
the fun
So, yeah.
things.
Sliding into your algorithm in some way, shape, or form.
I love getting deep in that algorithm.
Make sure you
baby.
like, comment, and share and get into other people's algorithms.
So what's everyone been up to this week?
I've been busy.
Ooh,
I've been very busy.
I like
I've
that.
been doing a lot of writing.
Yes, you're prepping for our first D&D session
Yes.
back in
6 months.
4 months, 5 months. Yeah, 6 months.
6
Yeah, 'cause
months.
before the new year, wasn't it?
It was about November last time we got together, so we wrapped up that campaign. We've spoken about it like D&D generally previously, and AJ's kind of the forever DM. He's handed over the reins, and I was the silly one who put my hand up and said, let's give it a fucking crack. I have had a lot of fun writing this campaign because I was an idiot and decided to do homebrew. I don't know. I just thought I'd enjoy it more if I did that. And I'm having a lot of fun with what I'm writing.
It's fun until you have to start getting further and further. And then you got to start figuring out, okay, all the people
Yeah.
are at this level, so you got to get higher and everything. You got to
Yeah.
get more and more.
Yeah.
And,
So, I'll say with Homebrew, though, so if you come up with plan A or plan B, C, D, that they're going there, but then AJ, I'm sure, will go plan Z, how does that work for him?
that's just D&D in general.
Yeah.
He's got to make up shit on the spot.
Pretty much.
No, happy
Or
much.
he has to essentially, generally what I would do is if I've written a whole heap of scenarios for things to do, and generally what I'd do is if they would always come in there and I'd be like, push them subtly this way, just subtly this way. And they're like, fucking barn! Let's go to the barn!
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. So then when they get to the barn,
There's a sign going, go back.
no, you subtly like, oh, you found a golden ticket that takes you to
Yeah.
a very cool place that happens to be next to the thing that we're going to.
So
Fair enough.
I'm already very, very aware of how this is going to go. I'm keen for the ride. Like I did it once. I know what I did wrong for just that one shot when I did it once. I got a little bit too, this is what you're going to do. Whereas this time I've written a story of what you're going to do. And then outside of the story of what you're going to do, I know that there's so many other things just to sort of fill in the blanks that they are going to do before they do what they're supposed to do.
My other
Which I
question-
know is what's going to happen.
My other question for you is how many Batman references or symbols are they going to come across?
No comment.
It's at least three.
You can't ruin it. I don't want to know.
It's at least three.
Yeah, so we got our first game tomorrow night.
Yes.
Of this session, and it's going to be great. I'm playing a paladin. Rockshmi Van Luton the Fourth.
What happened to 1, 2, and 3?
They died. Fair enough. Yeah, they died. Tragic backstory there. Yeah. His family, his mother and father died by minions of an evil god. Yeah. It was
See,
tragedy.
I'd be some sort of berserker warrior because I'd just run in because quick game's good game. Just get in there and fuck shit up.
So you'd be a barbarian, basically.
Yeah. And then I'll be chilling at the back, just going, heal,
Yeah,
heal, heal. But then run in next to you and be like, ah!
yeah. Quick game's good game.
Because I'm pretty much a fucking tank. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, we're level 3 we're starting off
Yeah.
at. And my paladin is already AC 18.
Jesus.
Which is how hard it is for someone to hit you. So you roll, if his monsters are attacking me, he rolls a d20 and he adds like his strength or like the attack strength or whatever, and has to get over an 18 to be able to hit me. And for level 3, that's hard.
huge.
That's hardcore.
Excellent.
So I'm pretty much just a giant tank that sits there and heals, and like he's got this fantastic ability where any spell that I use that heals someone, they instantly add 2 to their health on top of whatever so you would normally roll and
Yeah.
be like, I get 6 health back. They add 2 on top of that plus whatever level spell I use. So if I use like a level 2 spell,
It'd be
they would
plus
just
4
they
then.
would just get 4 on top
Yeah.
of their health, I think.
Nice.
It's mental. And
That's
I've got
pretty
fucking
cool.
magical shields that go around people, and I can fucking tell dead to fuck off and they just walk away.
So I've got some monsters to change then.
Yeah, well, it's my only real experience with D&D-esque was really Inquisitor back in the day, which is like one of the 40k versions of
Yeah, right.
Inquisitor. And one of the guys at Games Workshop had a campaign set up, and we started this campaign about 5 times. We'd get to about the same point, and that's when it would just peter out.
Yeah.
But like I'd still want to go back and play that campaign because it was really interesting. So
Okay. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that, which has been awesome fun writing. Also finished Severance Season 2. So that was a good watch. Seems like it's going to keep going, which is okay. It didn't have the same impact as the first season because I think it sort of, the quirkiness was already there in Season 1. It was the same quirkiness, so they had to build it with story. The story's good, but it just didn't have that same sort of impact, so to speak. And I decided to start Silo Season 2. So I'm kicking off that.
I haven't started Season 2 yet. I'm savouring on it because I know Season 3 is going to be... They've wrapped filming Season 3. It's just, I just want to savour it a little bit until Season 3.
So
almost on the horizon.
The only thing I'll say about Silo Season 2 then,
I know what happens.
I don't know what happens.
Oh, I know like everything.
Sure. So in any case, with the way that it's coming across on the screen, it's this season definitely a builder. So the start of the season is kind of like, the other one was so good. What's going on? Book. Yeah. Okay. Well,
and then that's I think Season 1 and 2 is the first book.
Sure.
Season 3 is going to be the second book. Season 4 is going to be the third book.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's a build. I think I'm up to episode like 8, maybe episode 9. Maybe I think it's 8. I don't know how many episodes are in the season. It's probably 10, and it's a builder. It definitely starts off very, very slow, but where I'm at now, I'm kind of like, I'm actually like really getting into it again. So, yeah, get amongst it.
I watched 2 movies this week.
Nash.
I watched.
Did you watch them all the way through?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes. Winning.
Not Nash though. I watched The Fountain of Youth.
Is it good?
It was thoroughly enjoyable.
Because when I seen it, it gave me sorry,
National
I haven't watched it, but yeah, National Treasure. And then I thought I'm going to look into this to see if it's like it actually is a continuation.
No,
like it's
not.
still in the same world. It's not. Okay.
No.
I think that would have been cool.
So basically, Krasinski plays a kind of archaeologist-y
I've heard about
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I've heard about this movie.
Essentially the same character as fucking National Treasure, really.
Nick Cage.
And his sister Natalie Portman works for an art museum.
Okay.
Their father used to.
It's literally the same fucking
Their
premise.
father used to be a famous archaeologist.
Same premise again.
And basically,
sure it's not?
a rich dude hires him to find the Fountain of Youth because he says he's got liver cancer.
That also sounds quite familiar. But anyhow.
And one of the clues happens to be on the back of a famous painting that is in the art gallery that his sister works at.
All right. So
I mean, like the Declaration of Independence per se, or
kind of, yeah.
Oh, National Treasure.
Yeah. So what they've done is they've taken National Treasure, which was sort of around like they'd be like 15, 20 years old now. So they've taken that and they've more or less redone it for the new generation, which I'm all for because they were fucking brilliant movies.
Yeah,
they
I enjoy those
hooked.
movies.
I've gone back to them several times.
They're great movies.
Brilliant.
I still love the National Treasure films.
So I mean, they've just brought it in for a new audience, younger audience, get them into it with some new actors and whatnot.
It's basically National Treasure just with different actors, really.
So
it was enjoyable. I think National Treasure was a better movie, just with the way they did the whole found this clue out, found that clue out kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Whereas this one was better acting. It wasn't Nicolas Cage kind of thing. It's actually semi-believable these people could be doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Which I found. But I did enjoy it, so I recommend watching it.
I was going to say, on that
a fun jig.
On that style of movie, apparently the Da Vinci Code storyline, apparently Netflix is doing a 4th or something. I saw a rumour before, so...
there's already 4 movies.
I think there's only 3. There's Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, and Inferno.
Yeah. Fucking Inferno was bad.
Yeah. They just sort of seemed to try and capitalise, and they didn't.
It wasn't even, most people didn't even know that Inferno exists.
Yeah.
I was the only one I went to the movies to see.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
Wow. Because Da Vinci Code was brilliant.
Even Angels and Demons was really good.
Was good too.
I'm trying to think back to that one. I definitely enjoyed Da Vinci Code more, but Inferno, as you said, didn't know it was something. I'm like, I wonder what this is. Tom Hanks. Fuck, that looks like it is one of those movies.
It is. It shouldn't have been. What was the other one you watched?
And the other one was Fear Street Prom Queen.
Yeah, you've been hanging out for that.
Yeah, seen that pop up on Netflix.
Fucking disappointment. And because it was...
I still got to go back to the other ones.
It wasn't good. Because so it takes place a couple of years after part 2 of the original Fear Streets because it's based in the same place.
Because how'd they do it again? Because the first one was a
So
little
the
more
first
modern,
one-
and then they went backwards
The first
and
one was
backwards again.
1994.
Yeah.
Then
64?
they go back to 74 or 60. Yeah, six might be 64.
And then it's like 16,
And then
64.
1866.
1860. Okay.
Oh no, 1666. Sorry,
It was, yeah.
666. Yeah. But this one is based. I think it was. They say it's 2 years after the camp one. And because they reference it, but it's based in the same town. You know,
Aren't they all meant to
Sunnydale
be?
shit. Yeah, it is. And basically, there's 5 chicks going for prom queen, and they start dying by a costume murderer guy.
Sure.
And
that's
it was just fucking generic slasher. I say slasher, just generic. Oh, you've been murdered kind of horror film, and it wasn't enjoyable. It was boring, and you instantly know what's going to happen.
Sure.
And I'm like, this is shit. And then I kind of went, surely the first ones couldn't have been this bad. Like, because this is really bad. So I went back and I watched the first 3 movies, and they're fucking great. They are fantastic films. Like, they're not scary in it by any means.
They're just good movies.
But also they're written by a young adult book writer.
Sure.
Because they're R.L. Stein, the guy that did Goosebumps. That he's more mature Goosebumps, essentially. But yeah, they're great fucking films. Super enjoyable. And this one was just such a letdown.
Oh, well, I won't bother.
Which
I
is,
still want to go
like,
finish
good
the other
acting,
ones, but
great acting in it. Like the main chick, she was phenomenal.
so just poor
It
writing.
was just a shit story.
yeah, okay. There you
so,
go.
unfortunately, but I mean, it's if you got looking for something to watch, you put it on. But
Looking something to watch. Keep looking.
Watch 1, 2, and 3 before you watch this one. That's all I can say.
Ah, fair enough.
What
All
about
right.
you?
So I have just basically been finishing off a few things. So I finished off Free Ren Season 1. Definitely worth a watch if you are planning to. Season 2 comes out early next year, so I'm looking forward to that. Started Clarkson's Farm. Fantastic as always. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Waiting for the next 2 episodes to come out this weekend. And then we started and finished Shifting Gears, which is the new Tim Allen.
Kate Denning and Tim Allen.
Effectively, it's just Tim Allen in the same show he's played before, Last Man Standing and Home Improvement, just in a slightly different twist. But
This one, he's a mechanic.
he's a mechanic. Doesn't do much mechanicking, but he's a mechanic.
It's got Sean Moon Scott in it as well.
He's got Stifler in it. Can't remember his name, but the actor in the wheelchair, I didn't realise that was actually real. Like, he's actually had an accident and become a paraplegic. So
there you go.
I thought it was just, have they just put him in there for the movie? Did research? No,
I found the best character in the entire show was the son.
Yeah.
He was fucking hilarious because he's just a complete not a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And just everything he does is so moronic, and you're like, I love this dude. hope you one day become president.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed him. The daughter, I was like the granddaughter, I was like, I'm going to take a live her. She was just sort of there for those sort of one-liners in the background or whatever, usually to rag on the grandson a bit more. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I hope there's a second season because I think they could build on it and make it a bit better.
It
But
probably costs absolutely nothing to make. So
no,
I
it was
imagine
definitely
would be.
much like 3 sets. And even then, we think the house set was just the set from Last Man Standing as the last one.
Oh,
Just
yeah, it is.
Yeah, so they just flipped around.
100% it is. Yeah, I reckon
we
it
were
is.
saying the whole thing was like, instead of walking in from the right, now they walk in from the left. Like, that's the only difference.
100% agree with that.
They didn't even flip the set. They just do the camera reversal.
But yeah, and then I kept working through Pokemon Crystal. Did fuck it up last night though. I
The
realised
emulator or the game?
the emulator. Found Suicune, or how the fuck do you pronounce that name? I've been pronouncing it wrong for 25 years, so why stop now?
I always said Suicune.
I don't even know who that is.
The Ice Legendary
Ice
dog.
dog.
Because in
Ice
Gold,
dog.
Silver, Crystal, there's 3 dogs and 2 birds. Lots of legendaries. But yeah, got all that, caught it. Well, sorry, didn't catch it, killed it, had to restart the game and realised I hadn't saved it and went back like 3 hours ago. So I was like, that's enough for tonight. I'm going to bed.
Ouch, that hurts.
But yeah, still enjoying it.
See, that was usually the moment when you would see a Game Boy become a Frisbee.
Speaking of Game Boys becoming Frisbees, that's a
God.
really good segue into one of our recommendations that we got in the comments. Zach chucked out a thing on the socials saying if you had anything you wanted us to talk about, chuck it up. And someone posted Wii Sports.
Yes.
Yes, so they actually want us to play some Wii bowling and Wii tennis and record it. But I mean, we could talk about the Wii in general as well. Wii Sports.
Well, I personally think, besides the Nintendo 64, which is obviously the greatest gaming console ever invented,
by far.
Yep.
The Wii was
Incredible.
dude. I still remember that coming out, and the fact that in typical Nintendo style came with Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best game on the Wii, really.
It got so much fucking usage, man, in my house. So much usage. But the segue was because of the remotes that were chucked into TVs, which is hilarious.
There was a rise in TV sales around the time of the release of Wii Sports.
Yeah.
All these safety warnings, please wear the hand strap. I don't think anyone wore the hand strap.
Nah. But we used to go to the pub, and the local pub used to have Wii bowling tournaments. So it cost you $5 to enter, and you played Wii bowling, and if you came first, second, and third, you got cash prize. It was great. So you just go there, get shit-faced on a Wednesday night and fucking play Wii bowling.
Wii bowling, Wii tennis on there, Wii golf, Wii baseball's like meh.
No, baseball's good fun.
I didn't enjoy that one.
Because they used to have like the home run thing. You just do the home run challenge or whatever it was.
And then there was boxing. Boxing was pretty fun.
Was fencing on Wii Sports?
I can't remember.
Don't think so. Feel like there was one more we're forgetting, but I think it was fencing. I'll have a look.
I can't remember.
Either way, they brought out a couple of versions after as well, because they did like
None
an
of them were
Olympics
ever as
one,
good.
and they did a focus in on like a couple of different things. But I think there was archery through one of them was a pretty good, and they did like a clay shot through the Olympics one, which was kind of fun.
There was a horse racing one as well.
Yeah,
They
You
brought
can
out.
get Wii Sports on the Switch now.
Okay.
They re-released it on the Switch. But there was another fantastic fucking game that came out on the Wii, which was Mario and Sonic Olympics.
Yep.
It was so fucking good, man. and it used to use the controller and the nunchuck.
Oh yeah.
And one of them, the running, like the sprinting, to sprint, you had to move the controllers opposite. So you just have four people sitting in front of the TV going.
For those at home who are
if you walked
listening,
in and hadn't seen it, you wouldn't know what the fuck was
Don't worry,
happening.
we'll just clip that and put it on socials. Don't you worry.
I was going to say we'll work that one in somehow.
There was just the 5 sports: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing with the 5 on Wii Sports.
There you go.
go.
Must have been like additional content
As I said,
or other versions.
There were
or
extra
whatever.
ones that they always added more. As I said, I think there was a Wii Sports 2 or something like
There
that
was a
anyway
2, yeah, there was a 2.
that had a few other ones, but it never quite captured the majestic nature
Well, I mean,
of the first
people
one.
didn't
which
want
is
to
fair
pay
enough.
for it because it was free
That too.
when you bought the console.
Yeah.
I just thoroughly remember I played the shit out of bowling, particularly like the trick
Oh,
shot
bowling
ones,
was
trying
the
to get
best
through the
one.
hurdles and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Bowling was by far the most played game on that fucking thing.
Because for us plebs that couldn't ever spin a real bowling ball, all of a sudden we could spin a bowling ball. It was fucking sick.
Flick of the wrist.
So
Actually,
talented.
yeah, we took a Wii and Wii Sports away on our schoolies trip and played the fuck out of it there, so that was
You
good.
do realise
We
you're not
had-
supposed to be doing that.
We
on
had
schoolies.
very different
It was
schoolies, Zach.
whoa. It was during the day. Then we went at night.
Again, we
Yeah,
had
look.
very different schoolies.
I was
Zach.
also 17 at schoolies,
So
so
was I, and we still had very different schoolies.
yeah, I've lived a sheltered life. We know
my,
this.
my entire week at school, the 5 days we were there, I had 6 hours sleep. I drank 8 cartons of beer. I got banned from a hotel for life.
None of this surprises me so far.
No,
so.
unfortunately, that sounds like a normal weekend
And
for you.
I
So
think I bought a CD.
That's
Almost got arrested because I jumped into a pile of Macca's rubbish.
again,
Because the Cavill Avenue Macca's,
So
there was
far
just
the
a
only-
pile of rubbish. Like this
the only
big.
strange thing was the CD playing.
yeah. So
Yeah,
far, that's
Sun
it.
Clotto. It was a fucking great album. Great album. Great band. Sun Clotto.
But then continuing on consoles, one of my mates has literally messaged me just before the show started and asking questions about, have you seen the ads for like those little handhold ones with like the 15,000 games or
Yeah,
whatever?
they're an
Yeah,
emulator.
it's-
Yeah. Any good? Ever played
Essentially,
one?
it's just a Raspberry Pi with an emulator on it.
Yeah, that is. So that was something that I'm going to do one day. I'm going to just buy a Raspberry. I'm going to 3D model a shell for it, and I can pick them up for like $20.
That's what I've done. That's
Oh,
what
the
my
arcade and
arcade
whatnot.
machine's in a
Yeah.
Raspberry Pi.
So I've got.
I've played it like twice since I've built it.
So I'm going to make it a little bit more.
It's got Pokemon on it.
It's a little
A computer about yay big.
Yeah,
Okay.
Linux, typically Linux based.
Okay.
So basically, you get the Raspberry Pi. They cost you next to nothing. You put a Linux based operating system on it, and then you can just put an emulator on the top, and it just gives you access.
You don't
to
even have to put Linux on it anymore.
Oh, don't you?
No, the Raspberry Pi have
Like their own operating.
It's called a Retro Pi.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Okay.
literally
Well, there
you
you go.
download it, press install, installs it onto the SD card, put it into the Raspberry Pi, you're done.
Nice. Well, that's even better.
And all
then-
the Raspberry Pis have Wi-Fi now, so you just link it over Wi-Fi via a fucking network connection, and you can just go game.
Yeah.
Done.
So basically, these things that like they're selling for, I don't know, anywhere from 300 plus. The ones that you see for $50 are a bit closer to how much you should be paying for them because there's not fucking much that goes into them. The Raspberries, you pick them up for next to nothing. Like you're literally paying for everything else.
The newest Raspberry Pis are like $80, something like that.
Yeah, you basically, if you're getting more expensive ones, you'd want to hope it's a fucking good screen. Like that's pretty
That's
much
what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, like that's actually something that I'd like to do. I had a look into it, and it was going to cost me about $80 worth of stuff, plus whatever for the print. But yeah, I was going to model up a little shell, get the little buttons and everything, get a Raspberry, put it together and do it. I just never really got around to it. I honestly think the longest thing it's going to take me to do is actually start.
Yeah, well, my arcade cabinet I built is just an old TV I had. It's using a Raspberry Pi 3, which is, I think they're up to 5 now.
And
The
you get
most
minis
expensive
as well.
part, the most expensive part with the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, the minis, that's what's in my Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero, 3D printed Guitar Hero controller. Just a little Raspberry Pi. It's about that big, and it costs about $8.
And
Essentially, you can put like one program on it, and it just runs it.
so I got a Super NES emulator ages ago. So I don't know how they managed to do it, but they actually were able to get the rights to release a Super NES Mini.
Yeah, I've got that out there.
Yeah, so they released a Super NES Mini. It actually was all through retail stores, I think.
Because it's all the official SNES games.
Yeah, exactly. So Shan, I think she was at JB at the time, so I picked one up for me. And yeah, it's a little box, just like a little very mini Super NES single controller. It's got all the games on it, and I mean it's fucking awesome. They released
a Sega Master.
Yeah,
Sega.
I had a Mega Drive one.
They released one of the Mega Drive one, but actually had the cartridge port in it as well,
right.
so you could actually put the original cartridges in and play them.
right.
I did not get that one. I wish I did because I still find games every now and then at mum's when I'm looking for something.
So yeah, the emulators they're great. They are something where they are far more expensive than what they should be, in my opinion.
Well, I think the one he bought, he said, was looking at was on like $70 or something. So
yeah, it's $70. I'd get on board it because they're going to release the games, the type of games that you typically get on them, like, and that you're going to play on a screen like that. The screen will be fine. It's just if you start to try to play, like, I don't know, some of they advertise like PlayStation games and whatnot. So if you're playing those types of games, you want a screen that's a bit bigger, maybe got better resolution and whatnot. But other than that, just I'd $70, get amongst it.
One of the things you can do nowadays as well with most of the old consoles, if you can find an old console, you can hack most of them and run emulators on them. Like I remember my Xbox, the original Xbox, I had an N64 emulator on it, so I used to play Mario Kart, Mario 64 and all that kind of stuff, and Turok and all that on my Xbox.
Well, as I say, that'd be the one I'd go for a 64 one and like play like Ocarina of Time again. I fucking love that game.
There's a 64 sitting right over there in a tub.
So I reckon a 64 emulator, I think that wouldn't be too bad even on the smaller screen.
You
just because you're just
put
compressing
64 games on anything.
Yeah, you're just compressing
Pretty
your
much. It's
pixels.
I just want the original controller though.
Yeah, I'm sure that you can do it.
For the Switches, you can get controllers for the Switch.
Yeah,
to
I
play.
saw they released a new one somewhere, but obviously it was, but it wasn't the 3-prong one. It was only 2 prongs.
No, you can get the 3-prong ones, not officially from.
Yeah.
I know they released the GameCube ones officially, but I think you can get aftermarket 64 ones.
There's actually some cool emulators that I've seen some people doing as well. Rather than doing the all-in-one with a screen and whatnot, they're actually making just a controller.
Oh, I've seen them, yeah.
And so whether it's a 64 controller or a PlayStation controller or one of your old school, like your Super NES or whatever, and they're making it so that it houses the Raspberry Pi, and then your output is just a HDMI cable that you plug into your TV, and then away you go. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea and concept because you've got your console kicking around with a controller.
And then you can be like those guys at the movies that like turn around and pull out their controllers and then they go and play on the big screen.
Exactly. It definitely limits what you can do.
Not Australians will not get that reference.
Yes. not
Many Australians won't get that reference. I think I would go for one with the screen because I said the joy I've had at the moment of playing the emulator is on the computer is great, but obviously I need to be on the computer at that time.
Yes.
Playing Pokemon in bed for like 20 minutes is the easiest thing in the world, but I can't drag the computer in there. So
you can. It's just frowned upon.
Oh, yeah, I'd
I'd
be battered and bruised.
You can get a Steam Deck and you can put emulators on Steam Decks and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but let's get off that subject and on to movies. So, who wants to explain what we're doing?
I think this is a Brock Alley. This question.
I put this here. So, one of the biggest things with movies at the moment is the MCU. They're pumping out movies, TV shows, all that sort of stuff, which means they're recognizable actors across young, old, and the rest, right? So, my idea was take 5 MCU actors and tell us or recommend a movie or a TV show that they're in that, I don't know, might not be as well known, might be well known, doesn't really matter, but just something you'd recommend to go and look for one of these prominent MCU actors. Because some of them are in a shitload of other things and people still correlate them with MCU. Some of them not as many, but still correlated heavily with the MCU. So I went to ChatGPT and I said, give me 15 prominent MCU actors and split them between the 3 of us.
And some of us got better actors than others.
Yes. I'll be honest. I have no idea. I'll be very honest. I have no idea who you guys got, but I was happy with my list, and that was all that I needed.
Now my biggest gripe, it's not a gripe, but my biggest issue is it's not that they aren't quality actors that I've got. They're just, I haven't seen
other movies.
I haven't seen them in things outside of the MCU. So I've chosen movies that I've heard good things about for them.
That's fine.
Cheated for one, but yeah.
That's fine. And I suppose the other thing was just to sort of have a conversation about, like, I might have not have watched a movie you have and vice versa. So with your list, we might be able to help and you might be able to help us out with us.
Please do.
Yeah, right, I thought that was a good idea. And seeing as you got the shit list, why don't you start us off?
All right, so I'm going to go with the first one that I definitely have seen him in. It's a throwback. So I got Anthony Mackie.
Yep.
My honourable mention was for Altered Carbon, only because it was a great show in season 1. He joined in season 2, and it kind of went downhill. But the show itself was fantastic.
Yeah, season 2 was a polish.
Nothing to do with him, but definitely go watch season 1. 8 Mile.
Yeah.
So he was one of the antagonists in 8 Mile with Eminem. But yeah, that was a fantastic movie from our childhood.
100%.
So, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one for him because I always forget that he's in it. Like, I go back to it every now and again and have a watch. I'm like, oh, it's fucking Captain America.
you see the battle, the rap battles on Facebook clips and stuff like, oh fuck, that's right, he was in that. Yeah. There were a lot of other ones he's been in recently, like Real Steel, not Real Steel, Twisted Metal.
See, I would have put Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal, but I haven't seen it, so that's why I couldn't put it down. So good, it's such a good show, man. It is one of those super underrated shows that got nowhere near enough love. I mean, it's getting a second season. The second season comes out soon.
Yep.
But
I was going to say it's actually not far from being
fucking
released.
awesome, man. It's such a good show.
There was another Mackie movie that came out in the last few years that I didn't mind. It was like a future-ish type one, war-based, like future war, and he's actually in like an advanced AI robot in some way, shape, or form. But it's like lesser known about the robot factor. I remember watching that and being quite intrigued by the premise and him being AI and robot and not necessarily giving it away.
I'll say I had high hopes for him joining Altered Carbon because season 1 was fantastic. They definitely capitalised on his sort of push at the time because I think it was around the time of him joining the MCU. But yeah, season 2 was just such a letdown.
I didn't get to episode 2 because I was just like, it just doesn't. It just doesn't work.
I actually think it was one of the few seasons I didn't finish. Like, I think I got to like episode 5 or 6, and I was like, I just stopped watching.
He was in Anthony Mackie's also in episode 3 of The Studio on Apple, and that's the one with
Seth Rogen.
The episode that's Happy Days. What's his name?
Oh,
Ginger dude. We talked about it last week.
The movie I was talking about is Outside the Wire.
Okay. But yeah, he's in the third episode.
Give me Ron Howard.
Ron Howard, that's the one.
All right, over to you, AJ.
Actually, I didn't realise that he was in The Hurt Locker. Because I would have gone The Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
Because that was
Locker,
a fucking brilliant movie.
Yeah, see, a lot of the ones I looked at to see what I could pick him from was I knew he was in them, but like he was sort of a side character or not. So I tried to pick something where he was a bit more predominant.
Yeah,
Oh, Synchronic as well. That was a good movie.
All right, my first one. We won't go with the big one because that's going to be quite obvious. Let's go with Tom Holland, Mr. Spider-Man himself. Honourable mentions.
Uncharted.
None.
Really?
The movie I pick for you to watch, none.
Really?
I personally don't think he has been in anything good except for Spider-Man.
Really?
And that's my first one done.
Okay, so he was shit in Uncharted. I didn't like it. Was just because he just wasn't anything for him to do with it.
Yeah.
So he just turned up. But I haven't seen Cherry. I want to see Cherry because I've heard it's quite good. But Devil All the Time, I quite like the movie Devil All the Time, where it's like a set like however many years ago. He gets in trouble and he's running from the law and whatnot, and it's just a good of that era. I think it's like a bit religious based, or he's trying in and out of the church and stuff. Yeah. I really enjoyed that film, and he was good in it.
I've got a movie for him to play in though.
And Chaos Walking.
That was a pile of shit.
I loved that.
Oh, no.
I loved it.
No, it was not a good movie.
I don't know why. I put it on. I fucking really enjoyed that movie.
He's actually quite a good golfer, so I'd pay to see him in like a golf movie.
They make him on.
With him in it?
He's doing one. He's writing it.
I'm in for it.
Co-writing it. He's going to star in it. Because it's on... I watched a YouTube video with him and some chick who used to be a professional golfer. And they play like 3 holes. And she like does it all the time with celebrities and stuff.
Golfers Digest channel. Yeah.
It was her, and he talks about that and says it's like in the works at the moment. He's making a golf movie.
We'll be watching that movie.
All right, what do you got, Brock?
Oh shit! I better go back to my notes. First one off the list. I'll get the easy one out of the way because on my list was Samuel L. Jackson.
Snakes on a motherfucking plane.
Well, it was
so unfair.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just anything he was
Fucking
in.
ChatGPT.
Just any. I think
Brock chose the 5 he wanted and then randomly assigned us.
I did not. I promise you, I did not. But what I will say is that maybe because I wrote it, it favoured me. Like I said, I got a good fucking list. Look, I'll get him out of the way. Like everything he touches is fucking gold. The worst thing that he's done is fucking Secret Invasion, which was in the MCU anyways. I mean, the one that I is like.
So, what is your pick?
My pick.
The one movie for people.
Okay, so for me, I chose Deep Blue Sea for people to go and watch.
It's a great movie.
And the reason I chose this movie is because, well, 2 reasons. It's a great shark film. It doesn't pretend to be anything else. And Samuel's end in the movie is incredible. That was one of the first moments that I can remember truly just being like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what did that happen?
That also had, it wasn't Thomas Jane, was it?
No, I can't remember.
No, it was another dude who looks like Thomas Jane. I always get it mixed up. But also had like LL Cool J.
Yep. It had a reasonable cast, but the one who stood out was Samuel.
Yeah, his death is phenomenal.
And how did he die again?
He just gets fucked up by a shark after an epic monologue.
That's right.
He does like a big like Pulp Fiction-esque monologue. And the shark just goes.
Was he in? Oh, that's right. It was down near the circle hatch, whatever. Yeah.
He's just like, and that's like because you don't expect it. Like he's giving the rousing speech to now lead these people away from everything.
Thomas Jane.
It was Thomas Jane. There you go.
And then
Punisher in it as well.
Yeah, he just gets fucked up.
Stellan Skarsgård was in it.
Yes, Stellan was in it. I did.
Michael Rappaport, Saffron Burrows, LL Cool J.
Yeah, so go and give it a watch if you haven't. It's fucking excellent. And as a side note, if you haven't seen it, for some of our younger watchers, go and watch Pulp Fiction. It is fucking incredible.
See, what's the one with Will, the other guys? That's mentioned, but again, he was only in it for like 10 minutes. I watched that movie when I watched it the first time. I thought him and The Rock were going to be the bad guys and coming back. Like it was like they faked their death. I was like, oh, they didn't come back.
That was brilliant.
That was fantastic. Yeah, nice choice.
All right, so I'm going to go with one of the trickier ones I got for me anyway. Was Chadwick Boseman Now, I know he'd been in good things. I just haven't seen him in anything outside of Black Panther.
Lots of stuff when he was younger.
But so the one I went with was 21 Bridges because it's a movie I think I would enjoy to watch. So it's something I've nominated for myself to go and find and watch.
There's lots of movies, like you'll be watching these movies and all of a sudden you're like, looking at it and you're like, that young kid, is that fucking Black Panther? And he just popped up in random movies. In
You were
tiny
actually
parts.
saying this the other week that he popped up in a movie that you were like,
Yeah, okay.
oh, yeah.
So 21 Bridges. I was just having a look to see if it was what I was thinking about, but yeah, that's actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
Really good.
Because I
movie.
know, like, a lot of the other things he'd watch are more Lisa style movies. So I'll probably end up watching them at some point because she'll put it on. But yeah, they're not. Nothing jumped out other than that one as something that I would enjoy watching. So,
No, give it a look.
yeah.
All right. Well, my next one is Mr. Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk himself. So I've got some honourable mentions here. So honourable mentions, Mickey 17.
That would be the one I would mention.
Honourable mention, Now You See Me.
Yes.
And the movie that I would recommend is a Foxcatcher. Now, he's not a major character in Foxcatcher.
Haven't seen
He's in it. It's Steve Carell and Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum's like a wrestler, and Steve Carell's his coach.
Right.
Like not WWE, like
American wrestling.
yeah, wrestling, not wrestling. It is an intense movie, man, and it is a good movie. I highly recommend it. Like it's
Okay.
a very intense movie. Like Steve Carell is like full prosthetics and stuff. And
Oh,
like,
really?
It's like not Steve Carell kind of thing. It's a very un-Steve Carell role.
So, side note with that, like if you find movies with Steve Carell that aren't comedies, watch them. He is an incredible fucking actor. There was one that I watched in the last couple of years, which is I think it's got Chalamet in it as well.
Shamalunga Ding Dong.
Yeah, that guy. Really, really good, and like just Carell on the screen, he just fucking draws you into what's going on, like in all like the emotional states, because it's just a full drama around his son being addicted to drugs. I can't remember what the movie's called.
Oh,
but
yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Really,
Fuck,
really fucking good. Really good.
can't remember.
But in any case, one of us will look it up and say it in a bit.
But Mickey 17 and Now You See Me, both very, very good movies. Especially, I really enjoyed Now You See Me 2, probably more than 1, surprisingly.
Okay.
And I'm really looking forward to number 3.
Yeah,
and
fucking
4.
oath.
I would also throw in Poor Things.
I hated Paul.
Sorry.
He was a pile
I'll
of
throw it in
shit.
on behalf of my wife. 'Cause I came in maybe 15 minutes into it and was like, what the fuck are you watching?
If you want to see Emma Stone's boobies, watch it.
They're probably somebody else's.
Oh, no.
hers.
Oh, okay.
It's very much her.
But yeah,
She's
it
like
was,
full frontal in it.
Yeah.
it was one of those movies just written for like the Oscars and things.
It's
like
a fucking
it was
stupid
weird.
movie.
Sure.
Not-
Honourable mention, I'd say for him, is Dark Waters.
I wasn't a massive fan of that
No,
movie.
I quite enjoyed it. I think it was. I don't mind those. They're kind of like the true story, legal type things. Yeah, really good. Small town with an issue in the water, and he goes into bat for him. I think the scene, it was kind of not slow, but there wasn't much happening, and there was just one scene where he comes home in the middle of the night, and just starts throwing out all his stuff. He just can't talk because he's throwing out pots and pans and all this sort of stuff because he's having an issue with something he found out about Teflon and how Teflon's in everything, and he just starts, but he can't talk about it, and his wife's like, "What the fuck is going on?" That scene was just fucking put it in there for me. But yeah.
What do you got for number 2?
Number 2, let's fucking pick someone. Chris Evans.
Oh, dude, I wish I had this because fuck, there are some good movies that he's
There
in.
are some good movies that he's in.
just got another good one.
The one that I decided to go with was Snowpiercer. It is more
Really?
known. It is the one that I went because it was the first thing. I other than the little bits and pieces that Chris Evans done, this was the first thing I watched him in that I really enjoyed and really remember enjoying, other than him being in the MCU. Because he was in Fantastic Four, but I just like that as a movie. I didn't like him in that.
I have one that I'll mention when the character comes up,
Yep.
because I've got the other actor in it.
Yep.
That's a fantastic movie. But honorable mention, Scott Pilgrim.
Well, yeah, it's honourable mentions there, but I wasn't going for. I was going for something that he was a little more prominent. in.
Not
Grey
another,
Man?
Not another teen
I
movie.
haven't seen a Grey Man.
Oh, you haven't seen the
No, I haven't seen the Grey Man.
Great.
Not
Not another teen
not
movie.
another teen movie?
That's one of his first roles.
That was one of his first roles.
Knives Out. He's been in some fucking
Knives Out. He
stingers,
was good in
man.
Knives Out.
So
Gifted.
I don't think actually seen Knives Out.
Gifted was great.
Gifted was my honourable mention as well.
I wish they got a sequel, but it didn't, unfortunately. And one of the ones I want to mention is a movie called Before We Go. It was actually his directorial debut.
Okay.
And it's written by him. It stars him and Alice Eve. It was great. It's all about like Alice Eve misses a train, and he meets him in the city, and they spend the night together, kind of thing, just talking. And it's a really, really good indie movie.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. People should watch it. It's great. And yeah, he directed it.
I have a question about one of his movies, Ghosted. It's got Anna de Armas in it. Is that any good?
Yeah, I loved it. People hated it. I loved it.
Oh, I'll watch it.
Because he just plays like just an idiot who he likes this girl, but she's like just ditched him, and so he chases after her, and it's funny, it's enjoyable.
Sounds
and
like one of those.
Anna de Armas is phenomenal.
Sounds
I love
like
her.
one of those movies where he just turns up and goes, "Hey, I'm here to have some fun," or at least I picked that up from the trailers.
That's what made the Grey Man so good, because he played the baddie in it.
Yep.
And he's just having
fun.
Fucking ball making it, man. And he's about to be the villain in another movie that I saw. I can't remember, what was it?
Don't know.
Yeah, something else is about to come out, and he's about to be the villain in it.
But yeah, in any case, Snowpiercer, go give it a look. I thought it was an incredible sort of dystopian telling of the world coming to an end and how they overcome it, i.e. the train just going fucking continuing around wherever it's going, the globe, through an ice age. And what sparks it is the kid being taken from the back of the train, and the reason for the kid being taken from the back of the train, like the fact that the train is failing and they're using kids to get into small places to like act as the part rather than making the part because they can't. I thought that put in like that moral dilemma factor as well, which you kind of like, oh shit, because if we stop the train, we all die, whereas this kid's there to sort of make it all go. I just thought, it was really
fun
well
fact
told.
about that one. I think we've mentioned this before. The reason he's wearing a jacket the entire time throughout that movie is because it was filmed just after Captain America 1. And he was buff as fuck.
It came out just after.
No, sorry, no. It was
just after one of them.
That was after he finished filming the first Avengers.
Yeah, okay.
And that's why at the end when they're having the shawarma, he's got his hand over his face in that post-credit scene
because he had a mustache.
Because he had a beard. And so he had to hide it.
Yeah, right.
But they filmed it just after that, and so he's buff as fuck, but he couldn't lose the weight because he had to do Captain America 2. So they put him in a big jacket because he's meant to be, not eaten for years and years and skinny, but So
there you go.
Fun. And that movie that's coming out is called Honey Don't. It's one of the Coen brothers written and directed it. It's got Margaret Qualley, Audrey Plaza, Charlie Day, Chris Evans.
Okay.
And the trailer looks fucking amazing. It looks really, really good.
Nice.
All right, my next one is Jeremy Renner.
Oh, I could pick a lot for Jeremy Renner.
I went with an oddball one. There's an honorable mention, like the one of the Bourne. He's in. I can't remember the name of it, but the Bourne movie he's in was quite good.
Bourne Legacy.
I want to say Ultimatum. I knew that was wrong. But I went with Tag.
That's the one I would have went as well.
I went with
Tag
because that is just a great movie. The fact it's a true story just makes it even better. That these blokes have just been playing a game of tag
for 20-something years.
20-something years. So they put it on pause for majority of the year, and then once a month or something, they start the game again and go around, and one of them has never been tagged, which is Jeremy.
They travel across the country to play.
30 days or something they open
it's
for
like
weekend.
a month. A month that opens up for. But Jeremy Renner's never been tagged. He's always managed to avoid them and all sorts of things. And it plays across. And
like the end of the movie is like super heartfelt as well.
Yeah.
It's an enjoyable movie. He half the movie he broke his ankle or something on the set.
Yeah, I do. Yes,
or something. And like half the movie he's walking around in a cast and stuff like that. And apparently he was just full on set as well. Everyone was like trying to get us.
It's such a good movie to watch. So definitely go watch it. It's got a pretty good cast. I can't remember their names, but it's got one of the blokes from New Girl and old mate from Mad Men as well. The main character of Mad Men's in it,
and from The Hangover.
John Hamm, an old mate from The Hangover in The Office.
And then did you see he put out a quote the other month now, I think, that he was offered to come back for his second show.
Hawkeye season 2.
I don't know why I thought Hawkeye was wrong, but yeah, Hawkeye season 2, but they were going to give him half the wage.
Yeah.
And he told
he's
him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, he's like, well, just because I've had an accident, I'm half the person now, do I have to do half the work? So
he said he'd come back. He's still happy to come back. He loves that character, but unless they pay him the right amount of money, he's told him to go fuck himself.
Which is fair enough. For me, I would have picked Hurt Locker for this one because Hurt Locker is an incredible
that would
movie.
Be one of my honourable mentions.
And one of my honourable mentions, just because this is a fun as fuck movie, is Hansel and Gretel.
I really enjoyed Hansel and Gretel,
was
man.
so fucking good.
Really enjoyed Hansel. I actually only watched that again like last month, I think it was.
It's fucking incredible.
It's a really, really good movie, man. Okay, so my next one is, I've gotten out of the page. Where am I? Here we go. Mr. Hemsworth, the muscular Aussie himself, Thor. So honourable mentions, Bad Times at the El Royale. Mm-hmm. He plays the villain in it. And again, that's one of those roles where he's just having fucking fun, man. Number 2 is Rush. Because Ron Howard, funnily enough, we were just talking about him. It was his F1 movie about real life people.
Actually, I don't think I've seen that.
About guys that were friends. It's got him and the guy that plays Baron Zemo in it.
Oh, this is an older movie, yeah. Sorry, I have. Yeah,
and the guy that plays Baron, he crashes and gets fully scarred and stuff, and they're constantly trying to beat each other. Mm-hmm. Great film, really, really good, especially if you like racing. But it's just a good character piece. Mm-hmm. But the one I pick is, and funnily enough, this came out before he was in Thor, but he filmed it before he was in Thor, but came out after Thor came out, and he became a Hollywood star, and that is Cabin in the Woods.
Fuck yeah.
You thought I was going to say Home and Away, didn't you?
No.
Or he was actually in Neighbours as well.
I actually thought, because I forgot about Cabin in the Woods for a second, 'cause that film is fucking brilliant, but I thought you were going to say the Huntsman movies.
That's a good movie, but it's not an amazing movie. It's just a pretty generic one.
Yep.
But Cabin in the Woods is
so fucking good.
Directed by someone I can't remember, produced by Joss Whedon, and it takes all horror tropes and we've talked about it in one of the podcasts a while back.
Because it's not very well known movie.
It is one of the best.
I think I had it as one of my
horror
sleepers.
movies, but it's like a spoof at the same time. And it just touches homages, should we say?
It mixes so fucking well.
And the ending is just out there, phenomenal. But and Chris Hemsworth's death in it is just fucking awesome.
I thought you were going to say Furiosa as a movie as well.
Nah, fuck Furiosa.
He was really good in that.
He was great in it. Again, that was one of those roles where it's just like, I'm just going to go full ball.
I've got him as a cameo in a movie, Vacation, the remake of the National Lampoon's.
That was so shit.
It was so shit, but he's 2 minutes and it was fantastic.
He's also got a cameo in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Yep.
Which is good.
I would have gone with Extraction. I
we
really
talked about this. I wasn't really massive fan.
I started. I need to finish it. I just fell asleep through it because it was like 2 a.m. when I put it on. So
no, that's fair enough.
So Hemsworth, my third.
Back to me, isn't it?
It is indeed, sir.
Mr. Paul Rudd.
Oh, here we go.
So this was the hardest one for me to do on my list because from what I see, he tends to play the same character. He's in my opinion, more or less typecast. So he just has that, he's in there for that comedic role, that comedic relief in some way, shape or form. He plays a good guy with a moral dilemma and then overcomes it in some way, shape or form, and you get an ending. So I had to find my favourite of that story being told. And I went with Dinner for Schmucks.
Oh, yep.
Great movie.
Yeah, good movie.
Random. It's fun. It's unapologetic. It's got good laughs in it. It's with Steve Carell. Like, the idea is that within the business that he works for, he needs to find an idiot to take to dinner.
Yep.
And so he meets Steve Carell, who's a quote unquote idiot, and takes him to dinner. And it's just funny. Yeah. It's just a fun movie.
I would have, Anchorman has to be an honourable mention.
Honourable mention, yeah.
Role Models would have been mine.
Role Models, phenomenal film. Sean William Scott.
Oh, fuck. I haven't seen that in years. I forgot about that.
I would also have chucked on Death of a Unicorn, which just came out.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's good.
I'd throw him in there for Only Murders in the Building. So he's the victim in the third season, and he's plays like a doppelganger of himself in season 4. It's quite good.
Yeah, fair enough.
What else have we got? I'd probably would have chucked This Is 40 and Knocked Up. He plays the same character in both of those. This Is 40 is a really good movie. And the other one with the one where he has to get male friends, and he makes friends with old mate from How I Met Your Mother. I Love You, Man. That's really good. Slap it the bass. Slap it the bass.
And you can't forget that he was in Friends for a big part of the end of that series.
Back end of the season,
and he was also, when he was young, he was in another show.
Hasn't aged a day.
He was a boyfriend in another show for a while as well, besides Friends or something else. I can't remember.
There's one thing that I see him in a bit. Probably the only time I've really seen him play a little bit more of a different role was Clueless. When he's in
Clueless is what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of.
Because he plays the older
the
stepbrother or whatever, and I mean, he unfortunately he's been typecast. It's everything he does is great.
He cares.
He doesn't, because he enjoys what he's doing, and he's funny in whatever he does.
Yeah. There is a clip of him with Jimmy.
Conan O'Brien, where every time he went on the show, he plays that. That's one you should mention as well. Every time he was on Conan O'Brien, he would play this one clip from this 80s B grade alien movie of like an alien going down a hill, going
right,
and he'd go on Conan, and Conan would be like, they'd be having their conversation. Like Conan's like, so you've got a clip for the movie? He's like, yeah, and he's like, it's going to be the clip, isn't it? He's like, no, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And they start playing it. And it's a clip of the alien going, and even on like Conan's last episode, Paul Rudd turns up just out of the blue, for no reason. It's like, it's the last show. We've got to do it one more time.
No, so I was going to throw this. He does a music video with Jimmy Fallon called Teeny Weeny Beanies. It's fucking hilarious.
Yes, I've seen that one.
I've got to wear my Teeny Weeny Beanie.
Yeah, I've seen that one. All right, what do you got? Number 4.
Right, so I've got Chris Pratt, probably one of my easier ones. So throughout Super Mario and Lego as honorable mentions. But I thought he was actually quite good in Jurassic World.
I mean, you've missed his major role, but sure.
Yeah, I know there's others, but I was trying to be a bit different. And then the other one I would throw out there, but I haven't seen, but I want to see all the way through, is Passengers.
Oh yeah, Passengers. See, Passengers got bagged a lot, but it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was. I enjoyed Passengers, but I mean, Parks and Recreation, man.
I knew that, but I was trying to give people some out of the box ones.
Go on YouTube and watch the outtakes of him, and it's so fun. Like one of the outtakes, they're sitting there and they're talking about good comebacks, and they're like, this person had a good comeback, this person had a good comeback, and he goes,
Kim Kardashian,
and I was like, I don't think she came back. He goes, no, she got coming back. I saw the movie.
I've seen that one. There's, that's also the show where the meme comes from. Was like holding the bottle.
Yeah. And then there's also that one that was on Amazon, the Tomorrow War.
That's what I would have said.
That was a really good movie.
Because he was in I can't remember the name of that robot movie recently that came out on Netflix. That was
the Electric State.
Yeah, I had high hopes for that one, but it wasn't great. But yeah, I went with Passengers as sort of my movie here, only because it's something a bit different. Everyone knows the parks.
It was an enjoyable movie.
Really good movie.
It was an enjoyable movie.
And they had some pretty good chemistry on screen, those two, him and J Law. Like, I didn't really know if they were going to or not.
They were in something else, weren't they, too, together, those two?
Probably.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I can't think of it.
Okay, my number 4. This one was an easy one because it's one of my favourite movies ever, and that is Miss Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow herself. So honourable mentions, we have Chef.
Great movie.
Yep, phenomenal movie. The Island, which I really loved.
Home Alone.
Is this that fucking old movie with...
It's not old. It's basically a remake of Logan's Run. It's got her, Obi-Wan Kenobi... whatever his name, Ewan McGregor, and the dude from Rebel Moon. Yeah, okay. I can never say his name. Dominique or
sure,
I don't know. The black.
We'll run with that.
But there's 2 movies that I picked for her because I can't pick between the 2 of them, but they're very different vibe movies.
Sure.
So the first one is Her, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Is what?
Her?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
Basically, it's in a futuristic setting where you can get AIs, and essentially they are real voices, real people. And Joaquin gets his AI, and the voice is Scarlett Johansson, and essentially they fall in love throughout this movie kind of thing. And it's indie as fuck, but it is a good movie, man. Really good movie. And the other one is Lucy.
Yeah.
Which is
that the one where she plays like some
she gets a whole heap of drugs, smuggled drugs, and they break in her, and she starts, even though it's fully debunked that we only use 10% of our brain, and this is what the whole movie's based on, is the drugs start to unlock parts of her brain, and she starts to be able to get powers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's what
it is just a fucking great movie. I love the movie that much that I named one of my cars Lucy after it.
She's in another movie which I thought was this one, but it's very reminiscent of like Black Widow, where she's playing like some sort of spy, and I just can't remember. Maybe I'm getting confused with Lucy, and that's the one I'm thinking of.
You might be getting confused with Lucy, or maybe mixing it up with like Atomic Blonde, which was Charlize Theron.
No, it wasn't that one. It was definitely her, but my other two nominees for Scarlett Johansson would have been Ghost in the Shell and Home Alone 3.
No Ghost in the Shell, sorry. Ghost in the Shell was not good.
It was fine. It just wasn't great.
Yeah, it was a bad adaptation.
I enjoyed it, but yeah, I'm easily pleased.
I love that anime though. That anime is a staple. That's a masterpiece, and it was always going to be hard. Like the flack she got over the fact she's not playing an Asian character. The character's not Asian. So you can't not play an Asian character, get an Asian actor to play a non-Asian character.
Yeah.
The character was Asian, then she dies and gets replaced by an android. That's not Asian.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah,
what can you do?
But yeah, her phenomenal. If you like those types of yes, and Lucy's just a fucking great Luc Besson film.
My number 4. So I had Elizabeth Olsen. And whilst she's probably not the main character, she's definitely key in the show. Old Boy.
Oh, yep.
So alongside Josh Brolin, this was a remake of the 2003 South Korean film. I haven't seen the original. Apparently, it doesn't stand up to it. So I do need to go and watch the South Korean film.
Much better.
But in any case, this was a fucking wild ride of a movie, which I thought was done really, really well. That the twists,
the twist,
the twist. It's done in a way that you think the whole time you're sent in a direction where it's not going to happen by the movie, but then through the movie you're thinking, oh, it's going to happen, and then there's something right at the end where you're like, oh, it's not going to happen. Okay. And then it happens. And you're like, fuck, it's just a wild ride. So basically, Old Boy is Josh Brolin. He's an executive of some kind. He's lost a massive account within his company. As a result of that, he gets shit-faced. He gets taken, and it ends up in some sort of like dungeon-esque type thing for 20 years. When he gets put into this little dungeon, he's told that his wife has been raped and murdered, and his daughter has been put up for adoption. In there for 20 years, gets stronger so that he can come out and get revenge. When he comes out, he goes on his little revenge quest. He more or less meets a young nurse, I think she was. The young nurse, they build a relationship of some kind. Her name's Marie. Also, one quick thing. When he is in the jail, he gets someone comes up on the screen as his daughter and says, "Oh, I'm okay. I'm over here. Don't come looking for me," or something like that. Anyways, meets Maria, who is Elizabeth Olsen's character. It goes along for however long. She sort of helps him. He goes through what he needs to do.
Spoilers.
Hardcore spoilers. Many spoilers. With at least one spoiler that's just horrible. Anyways, Josh Brolin goes about his business. The guy who kept him captive doesn't reveal himself, but speaks to him and says, if you find out who I am in 48 hours, I will give you $20 million in diamonds. I will tell you where your daughter is. His daughter's name is Mia. And this guy who's held him captive, he will kill himself. So those are the three things that Brolin gets when he finds out the identity of this person. And the movie follows him trying to discover it. He finds out who the guy is. The guy kills him, gives him $20 million in diamonds. The guy kills himself. And he reveals that Mia is in fact Mary, who he has built a relationship with, and he's more or less just come from sleeping with her.
Yeah.
Yep. And the whole time that it is happening...
the way he explained it too is he's just come from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. and it is done in a way that keeps you. As I said, like when he's in the bunker, someone comes up on screen. It's just a young girl who comes onto the screen and says, I can't remember exactly, but it's more or less, "Hi, I'm Mia. I'm doing this. I'm fine." And that's kind of it. And it's just whoever. So that's, first of all, the red herring, like we're sending you off in another direction. He meets Mary pretty much straight away. And you're like, oh, okay, whatever. They start to build the relationship, and as they build the relationship, you're like, oh, I reckon that could be his daughter, and they've thrown like something in and like to like throw it elsewhere. And then the relationship continues to build, and they sleep with each other. And when they sleep with each other, you're like, oh, well, it mustn't be the daughter then. And then it continues further, and it's like, oh, this is your daughter. And you're like, oh, fuck.
So in the Korean one, it's a lot more shocking because like you don't know.
Yeah, okay.
And the hallway scene in the Korean one, so much better.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like a one take. Essentially, it's what Daredevil homage kind of thing. And the one take in the hallway scene in the Korean one is just it's fucking brutal. So brutal.
So for how much like I enjoyed this movie in itself, like I didn't like the shock factor, the way that it was done, some of the scenes like the hallway scene and whatnot, they are done really, really well. The chemistry on screen is really, really good. And just the way that it resolves, like the bad guy kills himself, gives him $20 million in diamonds, unfortunately tells him who his daughter is, but then he takes it all and he gives his daughter the 20 million and he goes back to the dungeon.
It's a good movie. Recommend it.
It is a very good movie.
On to our last one, ladies and gentlemen. The fifth.
My last one
I'm guessing we've all kept the big ones for now.
No, I just picked this as a TV show for me because I couldn't pick a movie. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I know exactly what I would be picking for this.
His work as a voiceover doing Nat Geo documentaries, obviously. No, it's...
where he can't say penguin?
Yeah, the penguin.
The penguin.
Sherlock.
Yeah, 100% Sherlock.
So this is one that's definitely been on my to-watch list, and it's one that I think might push me to watch it now. But yeah, Sherlock is definitely...
it's
so good.
The dude that plays Moriarty... It is by far the best representation of Moriarty ever depicted on film. He is so fucking good, and just the whole show is just phenomenally done.
Yeah. So if I'm right in my thinking, so it stopped a few years ago, but they're bringing it back now.
Well, it's been massive gaps in between kind of thing because each season is 3 episodes and they're movie length episodes.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, each season is 3 movies.
Yeah.
And they are so good. And the guy that plays Sherlock's brother in them, he is the co-writer, along with Stephen Moffat, who is, for the bigger nerds out there, may know, was the showrunner of Doctor Who for a very long time and wrote some of Doctor Who's best episodes and introduced us to the Weeping Angels, one of Doctor Who's best villains. But they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he also did the Dracula 3-episode Dracula miniseries on Netflix, which is really good as well.
He directed them, or
he wrote and directed them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Moffat did. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Benedict did. I was like, I've seen them. I just didn't see him in it. But yeah, like he's good. A lot of the other movies that he's in, I haven't really seen, or like the ones I've seen, he wasn't a main feature in it. So
I was going to say, like, even for his performances, I mean, honorable mentions on his performances. Smaug in The Hobbit was fucking incredible.
I was going to say that, I forgot.
And then, I mean, him as Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness was fucking incredible. Like, he just, whenever he was on the screen, he just captured
I actually
everything.
forgot about him in that one.
Like, that was amazing. The Mauritanian, that was a good film. Like, kind of that espionage-y type thing. That was good. He's great. And, he's just really good on screen.
I love watching him interview.
The Imitation Game, was it that one?
Yeah,
that's a good one about the Code Breaker.
Yeah, the Code Breaker,
that was a really good film as well.
I just love watching him interview because he's so personable and comes across so well on the screen as well. So,
if you haven't watched it as well, like on the note of him playing Smaug, go and look up the YouTube clips of him doing the takes for Smaug. It is incredible because I didn't realise that they actually got him in to do what are they called, the suits with the sensors. So he was actually in a suit going around the room like fucking Smaug, and it is incredible to watch.
Highly recommend it. All right. My last one is the man himself, the man who started the MCU and will finish this motherfucker as Doom, Robert Downey Jr. So many things to pick from. So many movies.
It really is, isn't it?
Honorable mentions. He was Sherlock Holmes as well. Honorable mentions, Sherlock Holmes, because he was phenomenal, Sherlock Holmes. Tropic Thunder, one of the...
Yes.
Yeah. Weird Science, one of my personal favourite movies from the 80s. Chaplin, he was fantastic in. Chef, he was in Chef as well. Ally McBeal, he was fantastic in Ally McBeal. That was his sort of comeback just after he sort of got off drugs. But the movie that is my personal favourite of his, with a man who recently just passed away, Mr. Val Kilmer, is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Fucking love this movie. It is.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, it's so good. He's like a thief, and he is robbing a bank, and the cops sort of come when they're running away, and to get away, he runs into this room, and it turns out to be a casting director's room.
Right.
And so he has to sit there, and he's like, pretends to be an actor, and the role he's playing is a thief who's running away from things. And so he accidentally gets the role and has to go to Hollywood.
Right.
And he gets this role of a private eye.
Yep.
So he starts shadowing a cop when that's Val Kilmer. And then it's just fucking shenanigans galore, man.
Yeah, right.
It is so fucking... Like, he gets his fingers cut off because a chick slams a door in his hand. It cuts one of his fingers off.
Right.
And just accidentally shooting people by putting one bullet in a gun and spinning the trigger and just shooting someone.
Right.
And just
So it's
out there shenanigans.
it's almost like a shock comedy factor of this just happened. Like in any other movie or comedy movie, you get his hand stuck in a door, he come out and go, "Oh, you motherfucker!" But this one, he loses a finger, like type stuff.
And it's just his comedic timing is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, right.
And just in this movie, it's just brilliant. He is so fucking good in it, man. And yeah, it's like Tropic Thunder's up there, but this one is just...
I honestly don't think I've seen that many movies with RDJ in them.
So I've got three. One is sort of he's a main character, but he's not the main character. Oppenheimer. I thought he was quite good in that.
Yeah, he was good in that
role.
Yeah.
The Judge.
I haven't seen that.
That was a very, more of a serious one. I quite enjoyed. And then Due Date was always fun with Zach Galifianakis.
I didn't like Due Date.
Yeah, I didn't like Due Date. The Judge, didn't it go for like 3.5 hours or something? That movie,
one.
Yeah. I never watched it.
Oppenheimer.
But that was very engaging, though. That movie.
not when you watch it on a plane. Not.
Oh, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, no, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, great movie. Get out there, check it out. It's a fucking good fun time.
All right, my last one was Tom Hiddleston. And for this, I chose something that we have spoken about before, but I went with The Night Manager.
No, it's just,
The Night Manager is
that would have been my pick.
Fucking
It is so
incredible
good.
TV show.
From start to finish, it's so fucking good.
It gets you engaged. It intrigues you straight out of the bat. Like, you don't really know what's going to happen if you don't look into it. And when it starts to all happen and unfold, like, everyone on screen, their chemistry on screen is incredible. Like, from Tom Hiddleston to his love interest to the big bad to even like the henchmen within it, like they all just interact so well.
Hugh Laurie is so good in it.
Fucking fantastic.
Mr. House himself.
Exactly.
The chick in it, she's Australian.
Yes. Yep.
She's in Guardians of the Funny enough, in another Marvel movie, Guardians of the Galaxy.
The gold lady.
Yeah. Yes, the high
priestess.
High priestess. Yeah.
I don't think I could pick a movie or something from Tom that's not MCU related.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you need to watch
just
Night
gave
Manager.
you something.
Night Manager I'm going to.
Oh,
it's
is
on the list.
such a good fucking show.
And they do.
Who is he in Kong Skull Island?
He's the main character.
Yeah. He's good in that. Not great or stand out,
Well, I've
but he's
seen
just
it. I
there.
don't remember him being in it. That's
Honestly, I'd forgotten he was in it until you said that. But yeah, I mean, Night Manager as well, like it's getting a second season. So I don't know when the second season's coming out, but by the sounds of it, he's going to be back in there playing the same character. So it's going to be interesting what they do there. It won't be as good as the first one.
No.
But
the one thing about that show is, like, I never sort of saw him as that kind of character. And you watch it, and he's
perfect.
Pulls it off so
He's
fucking
perfect.
well, man. Like, he's charismatic when he needs to be. He's aggressive when he needs to be. And it's just, it just works so fucking well.
Yep. Highly recommend. Highly recommend that one going.
have brought up Skull Island, I know I can picture Samuel L. Jackson movie. I can picture everyone else. I can't remember him in the movie at all.
Well, you've probably got to go watch it again then. After you've watched Night Manager.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this episode off with some fucking news.
Oh, let's.
Some fun stuff. So let's start it off with the most devastating of the news that's come out this week.
Yep.
Neckbeards have won. The Wheel of Time has been cancelled.
I was like, who the fuck died? That's where I thought it was going.
What?
The Neckbeards won. The Wheel of Time has been
AJ died a little
cancelled
bit.
due to they said it was due to money. It was just costing too much money to make. And with that and Lord of the Rings and now Warhammer 40k as well coming. So, yeah.
I'm happy
Which
for it
is-
to step aside for 140k.
So am I, but still, it's devastating.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
All right, I've got one. Chris Hemsworth to be the next Jedi Master. He was trained by Qui-Gon. He worked for Mace Windu and he dated Padme.
As you do. I think I'm just going to throw this one out there early because it's my favourite one of the week. But the first Marvel DC crossover has been announced with some covers. So there's going to be 2 one-shots, one for Marvel written by Zeb Wells and one for DC. So they are Deadpool and Batman, and they are Batman and Deadpool. And I cannot fucking
gonna be
wait.
amazing.
It's going to be fucking incredible. And I hope that the next step is for the movie to be made, and I haven't even read it yet. One thing I will actually say that was quite interesting, which I didn't think they would do, is I thought they would release the same comic and just do a DC, like have DC #1 and a Marvel #1. So, hey, we'll do the same one, collect them both type thing. I think it's really interesting that they're doing 2 one-shots. So I'm quite intrigued by that and how they're going to go. And the 2 different stories.
Writer Kurt Johnstad confirms Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon franchise is officially dead, claiming it will take a miracle for more movies. We outlined movies 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very detailed outlines. And Zack has literally plotted out the whole world. With some luck and an act of God, we'll get to go back to that world. No, you won't.
Image Comics, they're the ones that do Invincible, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so they've released the top 5 comic book publishers in their opinion. Number 5 is Image Comics. Number 4 is Image Comics. Number 3 is Image Comics. Number 2 is Image Comics. Number 1 is Image Comics. It's captured We Spit Hot Fire. I chuckled at that.
Oh, God. Is it up to me?
Yep.
Yeah, mate.
Cool. This would be terrifying. A theatre ceiling collapsed during a screening of the new Final Destination movie.
Oh, really?
So there was a collapsed ceiling. I'm looking at the photo now. It looks pretty fucking...
Oh, that's
heavy.
terrifying.
Now, it's one of those things where this could just be someone doing a caption with this sort of here. But I have read a couple of other stories where something along these lines has occurred, where something has fallen within the cinema and hit and hurt someone. Like they broke their leg or something like that as well. So it was a bit spooky.
Yeah.
Bit spooky.
Okay, so Emily Hampshire has been reportedly cast as the live action, or the human embodiment of Edith in Vision Quest. So that is the female,
Ultron, isn't it?
female, like is it Friday, or whatever it is, the one that Spider-Man gets.
Yep. Sorry, I did see that.
So you would know her. She's from Schitt's Creek. She was in 12 Monkeys series, and she's also in The Rig currently.
Is she
is
the
a fantastic
daughter
show.
in Schitt's Creek?
No, the receptionist.
She's the receptionist.
Oh, I haven't seen that much of it.
What?
It's a great show.
You'll know her face as soon as you see it.
Her.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
So Square Enix has confirmed the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy is coming to Switch 2.
Cool.
I'm keen for that. Final Fantasy VII was probably the peak Final Fantasy game,
I
in my
think
opinion.
I've got that in there.
Yeah,
Maybe I've got part 1 and part 2.
I was going to emulate it and play it on the computer, but
It's funny playing back through those Final Fantasy games. I struggle with the newer ones, the old school Game Boy ones. Fucking great to
actually,
play.
my mate Sam was having this exact same conversation with me, saying I need to go back and play the Game Boy ones because he said they were a lot better.
Yeah.
The more like strategy, turn-based sort of
The
ones that were on PlayStation and so on.
Modern JRPGs just aren't fun. I don't find them fun in the slightest bit. The old Game Boy style JRPGs, great, highly enjoyable. Because they're more Pokemon-y-esque.
Yeah, see,
style
I was
gameplay.
playing Fire Emblem, which is the same sort of thing, and I thoroughly enjoy them. I haven't played I've got one of the new ones on the Switch. I haven't played it yet. But yeah, like the ones on the Game Boy Advance emulator I was playing was fantastic.
According to box office reports, Disney and Marvel's Avengers Doomsday will need to make at least $2 billion at the global box office to break even.
It's been pushed back.
Yeah, they both got pushed back by
6 months.
6 months. So both in turn, they're
So it's
now coming out in December.
It's a Christmas release rather than a June release.
And second to that is there was another movie that releases on the same day. So it is going to be the June. June comes out the same day. That is the new release date
June
for
Messiah?
Doomsday. Yeah.
Oh,
So
it'll beat the shit out of Doom Messiah.
Doom Messiah and Doomsday on the same day. Will be very interesting to
So
see.
every man he's talk will go to Doomsday over June.
Of course they fucking
That's
will.
going to be a long day for me at the movies
It won't be. They'll move Dune.
because I'll be
Yeah.
watching both of them on the same
I
day.
can't imagine June will keep that day.
They won't. Like they'll be.
I mean, I
mad
will
to-
join ADA in watching both because I've suddenly become
Because I have a
invested in
feeling
Dune.
Doom Messiah is going to be a 3-hour movie as well. So that's like six and a half hour movies.
Yeah.
Of the
Yep.
movies. US publisher tycoon Simon Games, so Cool Mini or Not Games, released some fantastic games. They are selling some of their product, their lines. So they are specifically selling Blood Rage, Rising Sun, Ankh, Gods of Egypt, Arcadia Quest, and Starcadia Quest. In a press release, Tabletop Tycoon CEO and founder Dan Yarrigan said, "We look forward to reissuing, remastering, and extending these lines into the future. We are very excited to have these amazing brands come out under our roof."
There you go.
So that's good because Blood Rage, they were like a trilogy of games. Blood Rage, what was it? Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and Ankh, Gods of Egypt. It's like a trilogy of ancient things, all done by the same designer. Fucking great games. Rising Sun's my personal favourite out of the three of them. Such a good game. Lots and lots of minis, which I attempted to start painting and got like 4 done of each game and just went, I'm done with this. But yeah, really, really good game. So I look forward to hopefully getting some expansions for those bad boys now. And Starcadia Quest is phenomenal as well.
It's good
That's
fun.
a really good fun game.
My next one is Kevin Feige has told Marvel Studios that he has a 10-year plan for the X-Men in the MCU. So I'm assuming the X-Men will be the dominant drive after these 2 Avengers movies.
Well, they're going to be the main part of Secret War.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I did actually see a thing the other day that Marvel's dropped 3 movies from their lineup already. They were unnamed movies in like 20, I think it was late 27,
I saw that
early
as part
28
of
or
the
something.
Doomsday pushback.
Yeah,
I just say stop giving us your D23 bullshit. Like we don't care about what movies are coming out. Make the movies, then just be like,
here it
here's a
is.
trailer.
People
People will be
aren't
like, I'm excited to movie.
People aren't
We'll have nothing
disappointed
to talk
if-
about, but still.
Yeah.
People can't be disappointed about a movie dropping or being pushed back if they don't know it's coming out.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Just say we have 3 movies coming out this year.
But as
Because there's no point to the spoilers at the end of the movies anymore because that was the fun part about it. You'd see it and
Yeah.
be like, oh, fuck me, Fantastic Four's coming. Oh, my God. But no, now we know 5 years in advance.
the
Fantastic Four's
issue
coming.
is that we're in a digital
Yeah, I know.
age where, and we've spoken about it, where if they don't tell us what's coming out, somebody else will tell
Well,
us.
that's the whole idea behind that.
So-
The director-chair leak we got with the actors for Doomsday was because people are going to leak those actors on sets when they start filming. So
Yeah, exactly. So I missed seeing Thunderbolts in cinemas, is what it is. But it'll hit Disney late August, so I'll watch it then. So it's coming to Disney Plus in late August, and Brand New Day, as I understand, has hit Disney Plus as we speak. So it hit it like earlier this week, I believe.
One other thing that is currently on Disney Plus and is about to finish as of this weekend is the latest season of Doctor Who. It has been fucking phenomenal. A great season. Thoroughly
he's
enjoying
no
it.
longer the Doctor.
Oh, that's only rumours still.
Oh, the thing I said was basically it's been confirmed that he'd been dropped.
Everything we talk about has been confirmed. No, it's still a rumour that it's a rumour that he is leaving, but you know, until they announce a new Doctor, nothing's official.
Well, yeah, the thing I had was apparently he was going to go on hiatus for like a year or 2. So
Well,
doesn't
the show does that all the
yeah,
time.
and they're like, there's no point in announcing a new Doctor because we don't know if that Doctor's going to be available in 2 years' time or something with schedules and everything. So
Pretty much.
But I mean, if there is a new Doctor, they know who it is already.
They'll have
Doctor,
an email.
that person would have been picked already like a year ago.
Yeah.
But like because Jodie Whittaker she was told she was the Doctor for I think it was like a year and a half before they even started filming. So, like, if there's a new Doctor, that new Doctor knows. But yeah, it's great season of Doctor Who. Thoroughly enjoying the storyteller. Russell T Davies is back, and he's back in fine form. He's the guy who brought the show back in the first place. Great writer, and yeah, really enjoying it. Good storylines.
My wife got severely cranky at me when I told her I haven't watched Doctor Who.
Yeah, I've never watched it either, actually.
Get on that shit, man. Like, you don't need to watch the old shit. Like, the new season references a baddie from the old one, but anytime they bring a baddie back or anything like that, they're like, this is who it is.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's this person from way
I think
back.
I'd go watch the David Tennant ones because I hear nothing but good things about that one.
Well, the whole show is phenomenal. Like, every season has been great. There hasn't been a bad season, in my opinion, because you got Christopher Eccleston was the first Doctor that came back in the first season. First season started off a bit slow, very Monster of the Week, but then there were little tidbits of Bad Wolf sprinkled out throughout. Ends really, really well. And then he turns into David Tennant in the Christmas special. Then I think we had 3 years of David Tennant from memory. God, it's been so long. 3 years of David Tennant, and then he had a year of specials, which were just 5 specials. And then he turns into Matt Smith. A new head writer took over. Then we had a couple of years of Matt Smith, and then he turns into Peter Capaldi, and Peter Capaldi was great. Then he turns into Jodie Whittaker. Then we got a new head writer of Chris Chibnall, who was the guy that did Broadchurch. And Jodie Whittaker was 2 years, I think, from memory. And then we went back to David Tennant for 3 specials, and then we got Nakatu.
Old mate from Sex Education.
Yeah, it's old mate from Sex Education. I can never say his name. And so this is his 2nd season.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. This is the 13th season, I think. But David Tennant was amazing. But Matt Smith is one of my personal favorites.
Everyone, like Lisa says the same thing. Everyone I hear talk about it is like David Tennant and Matt Smith are the 2 Doctors to go to.
Yeah, Matt Smith, because when Matt Smith came, that's when Stephen Moffat took over. The guy who did Sherlock. That's when he took over, and it was just really good. Like, he had the musical cue, like this fantastic cue that would come on, like the theme song sort of thing, and it was just great. And he was just he's just a fun Doctor, but then he'd get really angry at times, and like Matt Smith could just sell it really well. Yeah, and you had old man that plays Nebula, Amy Pond. She plays in it, and she's fantastic. And River Song is the best character, because River she travels through time as well, but she goes the opposite direction to the Doctor. So
high five on the way through.
So essentially, like, the first time the Doctor meets River is when she dies.
Right.
And so she knows who he is, but he's never met her. And then it goes all the way through, and like lots of different times they meet and stuff like that. And it's just, it's really, really good. And like, so she'll meet him and he knows exactly who she is, and she's like only just met him kind of thing, but he's known her for ages.
Sure.
But then she hasn't seen the face that he's got now, kind of thing. When he's when he's Capaldi, she's never seen that face, and every time like, a little old now, aren't you, darling? Yeah, really good.
All right, I've got a random one. So, despite his initial spelling MJ, Michael Jackson once tried to buy Marvel Comics during the 90s in a hopeful attempt that would allow him to play a live-action Peter Parker on the big screen. His plan didn't come to fruition, as Tobey Maguire later ended up playing the role.
Thank God.
Thank God indeed.
I just love my favourite one of him is when he was hanging out with old mate from the Beatles, Paul McCartney, and Paul's like, you need to invest your money, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, okay, and jokingly said, I'm going to buy your music. And the next day, he bought all of the rights to the Beatles music, and owned all of the Beatles music. It's just fucking,
wise investment.
Yeah, just bought Apple Music, and he's like, there you go, I own all of your music now.
This was a fun one that I liked reading. So Steve Rogers, he returned to the past to see Peggy. Peggy betrayed him, ended up with someone else. Cat was heartbroken, but he eventually found another love. The next little panel is the black girl who he meets in the elevator very briefly. The lady from Community.
Yep.
So meets her, and then the bit that it says is he stayed in the past and handed over the shield to his son, Anthony Mackie. When I read that, I loved it. I'm like, I would fucking love for that to be like the way that it happened. I think that's incredible.
I honestly think he should have, like, the Peggy thing is like nice that he ends up with Peggy and stuff, but I reckon he should have ended up with Old Love from Revenge. the blonde chick who's
dumb.
now become a baddie.
That whole relationship
It's
was
like
just dumb.
they were aiming for it, but then it just never happened.
But even the way that whole thing was done, it's like, oh, hey, I'm going to go to the funeral of the woman that I've been pining for literally over 60 years because of the way that he's been frozen. And then after the funeral, I'm going to go with the niece and just start making out with her while my two fucking war buddies watch in the car. But it was fucking dumb. Anywho, that was just one of the...
Why must you ruin his fun?
Oh.
Yeah. Stop ruining people's fun, mate. That's why people don't like you.
I know. So this one came out of left field for me. But
last one.
Jason Momoa
Yep.
leads new streaming war epic from Apple TV action-packed in first trailer. Chief of War. I didn't know this was coming. It looks like it is going to be fucking incredible.
It's like a Tonga or Maori.
I don't know what island it is, but yeah, it's along those lines, just one of the islands. He's a chief or someone is a chief within it. I'm assuming it's Momoa's character. And based on some of the things that are like a little, I'd call them lesser known that he's done, i.e. C, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah,
I think it could
I've
be
heard
awesome.
I heard things about it ages ago when he was talking about it, but I've only heard good things about it so far. So
I think it's been out for a few days, like not that long, maybe a week or something. And I do have one more because this was fun.
All right.
So Nate Diaz, he is a UFC fighter. This was his comment. I ain't going in no movie and losing to no Brokeback Mountain. I'm good. That was his comment on Roadhouse. The movie. What a fucking idiot. Apparently he was offered Conor McGregor's role, and that was his response.
Yeah, all right.
Fucking idiot.
I've got
Conor McGregor killed that role.
Anywho.
I've got a shocking revelation and this episode on. The movie Interstellar. Did you know that the scenes on the water planet were shot here on Earth?
So this is what we've come to.
No, so there was a post of literally like everyone going, no fucking way. And like legitimately thinking that there wasn't shot here on Earth. Like, are you serious, guys?
I think that might have been satire.
No, it wasn't, because people were roasting them. They were defending themselves in the comments.
So a funny clip that I seen along the same notion of that. I forgot the guy's name. He's a well-known scientist. And he's talking about the moon landing and how the moon landing could be staged because they didn't actually go to the moon. So he talks through it. They get in a bunch of directors, a bunch of movie people to film it and whatnot. They start to set up a scene of some kind, and they're like, oh, we can't get this lighting right. We can't get this to look right. We're going to have to bring in this, and they're spending more money and bringing more people in. And the more people they bring in, they realize, oh, we can't fake this like the way it's going and whatnot. Like, we need to bring somebody else in. And then one of the directors and an exec, they walk in and say, you know what? It's going to be better to shoot it on set, on site. So then they take the fake film set up to the moon to film it.
Mythbusters proved it was real, so that's all you need to know.
I just love the way that it just all went around. It was a fun little clip.
Okay, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the flock out of here. Thank you very much for watching this episode. We really appreciate it as usual. Make sure you go to all of our socials, like, share, subscribe, and I guess we will see you next week.
Yes,
We'll be here.
Bye.
Catch up.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Frantic Nerdcast.
You can find all our latest news and information on Facebook or at franticnerdcast.com.
You can find us on Instagram at Frantic Nerdcast. Find AJ at Weird Art by AJ. Find Zach at Frantic Kaz and myself at Frantic Brock.
Please make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for more YouTube-only content like Sequelize It and Plays Games.